2021 was a crazy year in the legal world, from Derek Chauvin to Kyle Rittenhouse and several other high-profile cases. But here to break down the legal jargon, Alan Dershowitz is a legal legend and the host of the podcast The Dersh Show, also the author of The Case for Colorblind Equality in an Age of Identity Politics. Professor Dershowitz, thank you for joining us. What were some of the biggest cases coming up this year?
Well, there are a lot of big cases. First, we're waiting for a verdict, obviously, in the Holmes case, that is the Theranos case out in California. And then in the Supreme Court, we're going to hear a major, major decision on abortion, major decisions on the vaccine mandate, on the relationship to religion and state, guns, voting rights, and there's still some talk about court packing. This could be one of the biggest years when it comes to Supreme Court decisions. Also, in my case, I hope I get to trial in my lawsuit against Virginia Giuffre during the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. I've sued her, she sued me. I'm waiting to come to trial. That may be a big case. So we'll wait and see. I'm anxious for my case to come to trial and all the evidence to be produced.
Well, let us hope we get a just outcome on all these things. And I think the Rittenhouse case kind of proved that while the legislative and the executive branch look like they've gone wild, the judiciary branch should prove justice is still blind, thankfully.
Well, I hope so. You know, justice is really no longer blind. You know, the statue of justice is supposed to have a mask over her eyes, but people are lifting the mask and peeking, and identity politics plays a role. Your race, your gender, your religious affiliation, they all unfortunately seem to play a role today, even when the judiciary is involved. So I hope we can get back to, as I wrote in my book, a colorblind approach to equality.
That would be nice. A little more on the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Jury found him innocent, yet the media constantly slanders him, calling him a white supremacist. I find it strange that a white guy in self-defense shot two white guys, and that somehow makes him a white supremacist. Does he have any legal recourse here?
Yes, he does. I hope he will sue CNN. I hope he will sue some of the other media that have deliberately and willfully misstated facts. They claim he crossed state lines with a gun. He didn't. They claim many, many things about him. Remember, that happened previously in a case involving a high school student at a Catholic school, and he did sue CNN and apparently collected quite a bit of money. I do think, although the First Amendment has to give breathing room to the media, when CNN, who I'm suing, and others begin to deliberately and willfully distort the facts to satisfy their own political agenda and their desire for more viewers and money, that the First Amendment does permit lawsuits, and they should go forward if there's been deliberate misstatements of facts that hurt individuals.
I'm looking forward to this Friday. There's a big case coming up on the vaccine mandates. I know you have been an advocate of saying that the government does have the right, and this goes back to like an early 1900s case. What do you think will happen here now that Joe Biden said we don't have a federal response?
Well, first of all, what I said in my book, The Case for Vaccine Mandates, is as a last resort, if the legislature, after holding hearings and listening to the science, decides that mandates are necessary with exceptions, then that might be upheld as constitutional. The mandate case that's coming before the Supreme Court this week involves essentially a presidential mandate. That is, President Biden has said that he thinks the OSHA Act authorizes him to create government mandates. That will be a much harder case for the Supreme Court, and they may very well not uphold a presidential mandate or a claim that OSHA, which is an old statute, 20, 30 years old, that dealt with safety in industry, whether it covers specifically a vaccine mandate. That's going to be a hard case for the Supreme Court.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to that, and I think on Joe Biden's recent comments, I hope that's used as evidence. Alan Dershowitz, thank you so much, and very happy New Year to you and the family.
Likewise. Thank you.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.